Take 3. I started to do this layout or do this video. I'm just gonna keep on. And the first time it's like I just got so mixed up on it. And then the second time I looked up and it was just all blurry. So it's like who knows how it was the whole time. So anyhow, I've got my collection obsession from last time. And I just kept thinking about it because I need to make some cards. And I kept thinking I really want to make some cards with that. So I pulled out everything that I have left. I have this. I think I made 5 layouts with that. And this one here, the 3x4s. And then this piece that I cut a mat on the outside, or I cut the outside to make a mat. And I actually was thinking about using this as a card front, you know, to work with. But then I thought, oh, I just want to use that great big bird. So I'm not going to do that. I mean, even though I actually have a whole other one, that I'm just going to wait. And then I have these still that I haven't even fussy cut yet. And these are the little scraps I have left. And then I've got the scraps that I'm actually going to use. But I kind of wanted to just show you everything that I had left from after 5 layouts. And anyway, let's see here. I've got my cards. Where is my cards? You know, now that I'm ready. Do I have my cards here? Okay, well, these are what I'm thinking of using. Actually planning on using these. This, and this. And the cards to put them on, if I can find that. Well, I hope I don't have to stop again. Did I just pick them up and put them somewhere else? I don't know. I do have cards cut, and they gotta be here somewhere. So I've got a bunch of the 6x8s left too. And no, I am not finding the cards. And I know they didn't disappear because I have not moved since I've seen them. Oh, maybe they did. Maybe I think I trimmed them down and left them in the other room. No, here they are. Okay, I have them here. I just set everything on top of them. Okay, so I just cut, I took an 8.5 by 11 sheet and I cut it in half. Let's see, the long way, the short way? The short way. I cut it in half the short way. But then I did take an extra 1/8 of an inch off each side. So I took an 1/8 of an inch off here, and then I took an 1/8 of an inch off here while it was folded, so that when it goes into the envelope, once I put paper on it, it should go in easily. Let's just see if it does. Everything's so slippery today. Okay, and then so it goes in there easily, and it still gives me a little room since I'm gonna layer papers, but I'm not gonna make them dimensional because if I have to mail them, I've just kind of wiped out all my cards, and I kept thinking about making cards with this because it's so pretty. Okay, and so I'm gonna be using this, so I'm gonna move my other stuff. And I do have lots. I thought about using this, but I thought, well, I'm going to use the scraps. Because like when I make base pages, it's like I try to use the scraps as close to as they are as possible. So I'm going to do the similar today. Okay, and so first of all, I am going to need to know what this is. So what is that measurement now? Okay, so going this way, I need to know this way, right? Nope, I need to know this way first. Okay, so I want a little bit of a frame around it. So I think I am going to go 5 5/16. Okay, and I'm going to use this one here. But I'm actually going to do the same size for all of them, for both of them. 5 5/16. So there's 5. Gosh, I should do it this way. It might be easier. No, I'm going to have to cut off this. Okay, I think I'll be fine as long as I stand up. Okay, I'm gonna just make this straight here. Okay, because that way I've got it to measure up. Okay, and then I want it 5 5/16. Oh, that's hard to tell on here. I'm used to my other one, but I thought I'll just take this out. It'll be easy. It'll be easy, Terry. Okay, how much room am I gonna have left? Am I gonna have enough? Oh, it looks like it. How big is my card? Yeah, that should do it. Okay. Okay, and this little corner is a little bit wrinkled. I'm just gonna try straighten it out there. I think I did. I think that is my spot. And then this way I'm just gonna probably just cut it straight. Unless I think that is way too big. Let me see. Okay, so it needs to be about 4 1/8 or 4 1/16. Can I get, nope, I'm not gonna get 4 1/16 out of there. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut it what it is to be straight. Okay. Because my next plan should take care of that. We'll see if it does. Okay. So I want to take this and put it here. And then this little strip here. So that will definitely do it. So I just need this one cut to the same length as this. And what was that again? I think it's 5 5/8 or 5/16. 5 5/16. So I'm going to take it off the bottom. And it's not very much that I need to remove. 5 5/16. And I know I'm probably not even in camera anymore. Yeah, it's just a smidgen, but I think that's supposed to do it. Yes. Yeah, it was a smidgen too. Okay. So, and I've folded them with my bone folder, and let's see, pick the way I want it to go. Okay, I kind of like how this swirls up like this. And so I'm going to use this for my direction. And I am going to glue it down, but I'm just going to start with it being taped. Because that way if I mess up, I should be able to pull up. I tell you, I have a commitment issue with that glue. Okay, sorry I'm banging the chair around. Okay, so I'm just going to put it to the edge where I just have, you know, like a 1/16 of an inch frame around there. And it looks like I'm going to be crooked, am I? Oh, a little bit at the top, and I don't know why. Unless it's that my thing isn't straight. Oh, I did come down a little bit. See? That's why I don't like to tape. You know what? I'm going to trim it just a little bit. If I can get that in there. Now in here it does look like it's crooked. No, that's not gonna work. Okay, I'm just gonna have to try pulling it up. I mean, it's only got 3 pieces of tape on there. Oh, I'm doing it. I'm just tearing it up. Okay, I am going to maybe get out the dental floss. Right back. I'm going to grab that dental floss. Okay. And wow, I've got 2 dental floss threads coming out that same direction. Otherwise, I've split it. Okay, I'm going to go from this side because I don't think I've torn it from this side. Okay. Maybe somebody needs to know this and that's not going to happen. Now I'm probably pushing it back down at the same time. Okay. Oh, I broke that right off. See if I got it loose enough. Yay! Okay, let me try that again. See, that's not too bad, except for probably about tore up my fingers. Okay. See, if I'd have started that at the beginning, I wouldn't have tore this up. But that's okay. We're just going to put it down in that general area again. Because I do want it going that way. I was going to say, it sure looked like I cut a straight piece of paper, but you never know. And it did look off when I put it in the cutter again. Okay, look at that. Okay, that looks much better. Yep, okay. And I will glue it down a little bit so that it covers my flaws. You know, by the time I'm done, nobody will ever know, right? Only me and you. Okay, and then I have this piece that I'm going to put right here on the edge. I thought I would like to see that little piece right there. Look at how pretty that looks already. I mean, to me, it's almost a card already. Okay, and I'm going to tape it, but I will not have to pull it up. Okay, which way do I want it to go? I actually think it goes this way. Look at how pretty that is. Okay, where's my girls? Okay, so I've got the girl with the brown hair and the girl with the blonde hair. And then I am going to put a little bit of glue kind of around the edges just because it, you know, when they pull it out of the envelope, I don't want them to pull it apart. I'm going to put on those little straggly parts that are the leaves to the flowers. Okay. And let's see here. I didn't get a picture. So I'm just gonna wing it. Okay, so I'm gonna put her about here. And I'm gonna put her about here. Looks good. And I'm just gonna put a little on this side. Anything I think might look like it would get caught. Okay. And I'm gonna have her right here. Okay, and then I got this floral, and it looks like these kind of drape down. So I'm gonna put that right here because I don't like where this is just straight here and like seeing the end of their dresses, or you know, because it's just cut. So I think that looks great there. Do I want to see her ponytail all the way to the bottom? She's got super long hair, look at that. Okay, I think I'm just going to cover that part up and put it there because that's kind of where I seen it. Is my other one smaller? I've got another one. I think this might be a little smaller. Do I want this one? Maybe I'll go with this one. Let me check again. Okay, I could do this. Or I can do this. I think I'm gonna do this, even though you see her skirt like that. I hate to cover up all her hair. Is that weird? I don't know, I think this one still looks better. I'm just gonna cover up her hair. Okay. Okay, and this time I am gluing because of all the little pieces at the edge. Now this is one thing that I wish that they would laser cut all these, but when they do the flowers, they still kind of leave a white line around it because they're so delicately detailed. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn like this. Okay, and let's see, I want to find something to put in the middle. Oh, I was gonna say, what is that? That's my little scrap there. Okay, let's see. Oh, I guess I could put this other one in the middle. I mean, yeah, in the middle, on the outside, or on the inside. That's what I really want to say. Could do that, because that way it kind of refers back to the front. Yeah, I think I'll put that there. So again, I'm just getting, you know, all those loose, those fine ends. Okay. And I think it looks like it goes like this. So that's why I'm putting it in here. Okay. And isn't that lovely? And it's scraps. I love that. Okay. And then for my next one, I am going to take this here. I was gonna say, looked like, I think it must just been frayed from cutting. Okay, at first I thought it was, does that come out of the book? It's like, no, that wasn't in the book. Okay, I'm gonna take this and cut it here, and I'm actually gonna take and fussy cut around this here and down this edge. So around here, I probably will just make a mark and then fussy cut from that spot. Let's see, do I have it? I got everything but a pencil here. Okay, I'm just gonna snip it. Okay, right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna fussy cut my way down and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I've got that cut out, and I think I would like it better if I cut it down to that lace line right here. So I'm gonna fussy cut down to there, but I just wanted to show you, since I told you I was gonna cut to that other area, which I did, and then decided that I think it would look better with just a little more cut off it. So I'm just gonna cut to the part where it looks like that doily behind there. So I'm just cutting that off. Okay, and this is what I have left. And look at how pretty this would be if that was used up in the corner of a card. That would be so pretty. So I might do that. But for now I'm doing this. Okay, so I've already cut this down to the size that I need it here. And the last one I brought it over to the left. And this one I'm going to bring it a little more to the, well actually I think I'm going to try to center it, because now that I cut off that one edge, I think I want it more in the middle. So it was a little narrower, but that's not going to bother me. Okay, so there it is. And now I've got this piece that I just thought would make a great little detail. Little detail. Okay, and I'm going to put some glue right behind that part. As long as I can get it to come out, I left it set. Oh yeah, it's still working. Okay, I'm going to put a little here and here, these little parts to where I think it might pop up. The little leaves. Okay, that should do it. I think I'm going to set it off the edge a little bit, because that way that will show that it's just a little bit smaller. I liked seeing every little bit of difference in it. Okay, and I have this, like here's a bird here, and then I got these little baby birds in a nest. So I'm going to put them down at the bottom. And, you know, it's like I could use this for a Mother's Day card, a birthday card, thinking of you. So I'm not going to put any sentiment on the front at this time, because I can always do that later once I decide what it's going to be used for. Okay, and I'm just letting that overlap this little, it looks kind of like fencing, but it was actually like a sign in the fussy cut pieces. Okay, and then I have a butterfly that was actually right here on that piece, and so I thought might as well cut that out and use that too. And I put it up on dimensionals because I always put the wings up on dimensionals, and I put glue on the body, and then I remember to push down the body first, otherwise you end up with one of those floating butterflies that's completely flat. Okay, so I'm putting him basically in the same area that he was in the little strip that I had cut off. Well, I guess it would have been closer because it was cut off to here, so it would have been a little closer, but that's okay. Okay, I think that's all I'm putting there. Kind of waiting for that to dry, and then I'm going to do the inside. Okay, since I cut this off, I had, you know, a piece left over, and so I just cut a thin strip of that. It's probably about 1/8 of an inch or so. And I'm just going to put that right in here. I'm going to put it up a little bit from the bottom because I've got another one of those birds, and I'm going to just put it right on that line. He's just perched there. Okay, I'm just trying to hold it still so it doesn't get away from me. Okay. And I can see that it looks like I quit cutting right here when I was fussy cutting. Did you ever do that? You get all done and you think, oh, I'm done with that, and then you go to use it and it's like there's white paper still there. Okay, so I'm just going to put this one here. Okay, so I got 2 little cards made. Look at how pretty that is. That's what I just thought, oh my gosh, that paper is just so pretty. I just wanted to keep using it. Okay, and there's one for that one. I just think they look lovely. So 2 simple, really just paper pieced together. And I love how they look. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful and blessed day. I'm going to try to do that more often when I get done with, get low on the collection, and so I can use up some of the bigger scraps or some of the littler scraps, whatever I have. And tell me if you like this idea, and how you like the dental floss. So have a blessed and wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.